Hey everyone, this is Kate Weatherwise, your favorite weather girl, coming to you on Sunday, March 1st, 2026. Yes, we've made it to March. It is the first day of meteorological spring today. If you did not know that, welcome to the first day of meteorological spring. I know some of you in the northern states especially are like, "What? There's no spring anywhere near me." And that is going to be the case for a while, especially if you have still feet of snow on the ground, which in some cases in the Northeast you do because you've had record snowfall this year, and that is not going away. Actually, that snow on the ground is going to keep your temperatures down. It influences the atmosphere around you. So it is not going to be spring for you guys for a little while. I'm looking at the temperature board right now, and in upstate New York, it is 10 degrees right now. And in Maine, there's a spot where it is 8 degrees. So you are not going to see springtime temperatures anytime soon, but they are on the horizon. Now, before we get started, this video is going to be from the central US to the East Coast, focusing on the next week until about the 8th or the 9th. The 8th of March is when daylight savings time starts. So the days are going to get even longer. We'll get longer evenings. We'll lose a little bit of light in the morning at first, but then we'll gain light in the morning. In about a month, we'll catch up, and then the days will just keep getting longer and longer until June 21st. So, before we get started, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when my next video comes out, and share, of course, that helps me out tremendously. Okay, let's get started. This is a map of the United States, and it shows the radar with temperatures around. As you can see, we have some warm readings in the south here. We had a convective outlook for this area of Oklahoma earlier today. It has since expired. We have had some severe weather that did move through, but now it is pushing to the northeast, and they're no longer severe storms, just regular garden variety storms with lots of rain, heavy rain moving through to the northeast of Oklahoma, into the southwest of Missouri, and the northwest of Arkansas. We do have that mixed precipitation here to the north with a little bit of rain. You see the temperatures are mainly hovering around freezing, just a little bit above. There's some snow reports, there's some rain reports, there's some mixed precipitation reports in this area. Now, this system is the one that's heading to the east and will affect the mid-Atlantic area for tomorrow into Tuesday, and we'll go over that here in a moment. And that is the biggest, from the center and the eastern part of the US, that is the biggest thing that is happening right now. So that's why we're going to focus on that. And this storm isn't expected to dump a lot of snow, but it is expected to dump some light freezing drizzle that could cause a few problems here. We're going to go over to the National Weather Service page to show us watches, warnings, and advisories. We have the winter weather advisories that are happening right now for that system that is moving through that I just pointed out. And then for tomorrow morning into around the noon hour for southern Indiana, southern Ohio, and into the mountains of West Virginia. This is for mixed precipitation and or a little bit of snow, around an inch or two, perhaps in this area, and then some light freezing rain that is going to move into this area tomorrow, and then to the mid-Atlantic, bringing with it also that light precipitation, perhaps some freezing rain for you all here in Northern Virginia and central Maryland. You are looking more in the way of snow, some light snow, probably just on the grassy surfaces, not so much on the roadways, creating a headache for commuting. But you will see that tomorrow, and we will take a look at that. Now, really quickly, I wanted to show the satellite imagery. This shows that system here that I was just talking about with these competing winds. That's why there was the potential, and we did see some thunderstorms, some severe thunderstorms here in south central Oklahoma earlier today, where these winds were coming up from the south, bringing moisture in from the Gulf, and then the northeasterly winds behind this low pressure system, and it just created a nice recipe for severe weather here in Oklahoma. Those storms have since moved away, and they have definitely calmed down. And we're just left with some rain and some garden variety thunderstorms and some mixed precip to the north. Now, as I just mentioned, this is the system that is going to be moving to the east. right now, you all here in the eastern part of the US, down into Florida, you guys here in Florida are looking at a really nice evening with warm temperatures, not some breezier conditions, of course, here always on the coastline of the Atlantic, but you get over here to the Gulf and the winds calm down. So you're just going to have a nice evening here in Florida. And we have a little buildup of clouds here from a lingering system here that is way far out of the picture, but it's has left behind a little bit of clouds, some northerly winds, which will help bring down the temperatures here in the mid-Atlantic. But as we take a look at the latest European model, this shows the system that I was just talking about here in the center part of the country. And as we move forward in time, this orange here is sleet and mixed precip. This pink here is actually freezing rain, and then the purples and light purples and darker purples is snow, and then the green, of course, is rain. And now as we go forward in time, this is having the best handle on this system. This is the European model. It was kind of wobbly, but now it's come into alignment with some of the other models that have been handling this well. So this is why I am going to this model. And as we go through the day, the early morning hours of Monday, we see this pink blossom here into central Illinois, which is happening later tonight, and then into tomorrow morning, Monday morning, we will see this little bit of light freezing rain come into southern Indiana and into Kentucky, and then eventually will pop into West Virginia here with some snow to the north of that into central Indiana and southern and central Ohio. Northern Ohio, I don't think you're going to have to deal with any more snow. You all have gotten a lot of snow this winter too. Now, as we go forward in time, this is around the 6 a.m. hour tomorrow morning. That will continue until about the noon hour is when your winter weather advisory is set to expire for you all in Ohio and Indiana. And then it pops up for West Virginia. You see that snow and you see that ice here into West Virginia and southwestern Virginia, with the snow coming in to other parts of West Virginia, and then southern and central Maryland. Northern Maryland, I don't think you're going to have to deal with any snow tomorrow and Tuesday morning either. Now, the snow starts to dissipate. However, this pink here, this is Tuesday or Monday night into Tuesday. This pink kind of hangs around. It is going to be light, just a light drizzle, very light amount of freezing rain, but perhaps up to 1/10 of an inch for you all. And then this system moves its way north during the morning hours of Tuesday, and it kind of encompasses all of Pennsylvania with a little bit of snow, but mainly freezing rain and mixed precipitation, and then some rain to the southeast here on the coast of Maryland and Virginia and New Jersey. So just look on the lookout for that. Now, this is by Tuesday afternoon. This still lingers, and then we see some mixed precipitation and some snow popping up into New York and all of New England, except for, don't worry, Maine, you'll get into this as well. And then it starts to exit. And then we have some rain spreading over behind it. So whatever ice does fall, the temperatures are going to rise and go back above freezing. So that ice should melt pretty quickly, whatever does fall. But just be on the lookout during the daylight hours of Tuesday, especially for central and northern Pennsylvania into New York. And then this is Tuesday night into Wednesday. There's still a little bit of freezing rain, perhaps with this system, into central and northern New York and into Vermont and New Hampshire as well. And then finally, the snow and precipitation start to dissipate on Wednesday, with a little bit of rain coming back into the picture for the Mid-Atlantic on Wednesday night into Thursday, stretching all the way back into Missouri, Oklahoma, and down into Texas. Now, I was looking out further about 10 days from now, and I'm just putting this out there now. It will definitely be fine-tuned, but it looks like a pretty potent weather system could potentially develop here in the Oklahoma and Texas area in about 10 days, which could be our first decently sized severe weather outbreak for this area. Again, it's 10 days from now, but I'm just putting that out there now because it'll be something that I will elaborate on in the next 4 or 5 days. And then, of course, as we get closer, it will most likely change. But because it's showing it's such a potent system, and this is the time of year that these sorts of systems start to come into play for this part of the country, Tornado Alley, severe weather, all of that by mid to late March and in through April, especially, and May, especially. I wanted to put that out there. So if your antenna are up, you see that and you think, okay, 10 days from now, this will start to get honed in on. It'll start to be pinpointed in about 5 days and then really honed in 2 or 3 days out. So just putting that out there now. Now this system does show a little bit of rain moving through, and this is through Thursday. And by this point, we have some warmer than average temperatures in this whole region, which means it's going to be mainly rain from Michigan on south into Texas and then the southeast as well. So these colder temperatures are going to stay pushed up to the north, up into Canada, basically from the upper Midwest over to the East Coast starting on Thursday. And then as we push through the day on Friday, we may get some ice. This is a decently placed system that could bring some ice into Canada. And then, of course, down into Vermont and New Hampshire, you could see some ice. This is on Thursday into Friday morning for you all. Now, again, because this is Sunday and that is 5 days away, I will be back with further updates to update on the placement of that ice or if it completely goes away. But as of right now, it looks like we're dealing with some more ice by the end of the week into Saturday, Friday night into Saturday morning. Now, Saturday morning, we still show a little bit of ice here, and then this next system comes in. And then we have some more ice or some more rain in the central part and the southern part of the U.S. So this is what we're looking at for this work week into next weekend. Again, this part of the country, you're going to see that one system come through tomorrow and into Tuesday with some light ice, some snow, and then with a little bit of mixed precipitation in there as well. But it's all going to be light, and then the rain comes and it's going to help wash everything away and bring everything back in to above freezing. So that's, if you want to see a silver lining, that's your silver lining. We don't want to have to deal with ice, and we don't want to have to deal with any ice. So that's what we have going on for the next week. I will be back on the daily to update on these forecasts as we get closer, of course, especially to any major event. I want to make sure that it's pinpointed to be to show exactly what is going to happen. So, all right, guys, that is it for now. I hope you're having a great Sunday evening and hope you have a great start to your work week. And this is Kate Weatherwise saying goodbye for now.